About the past, you know, we're in a lawsuit.
About,
The past.
oh, okay, right.
I have to talk more about what I'm doing today.
That's mostly what we are talking about.
Because we're in a terrible lawsuit that's coming up in December.
Okay.
And so it would hurt. I don't want to.
Anything that I
I'm
ask
trying to
that-
drop some things, and I want some
Right.
things to drop, you know.
Mhm. Anything that I would ask that you felt that way about,
Okay,
just say
okay,
so, and I will
okay,
certainly.
okay.
Okay, let me tell you how this works. It's
Okay.
going to be used on VH1.
Okay.
And they have a little feature called Entertainment Watch, and somebody comes on, Rona
Okay.
Elliott, and she introduces you,
Okay.
and then we have about a 30-second bite. So
Okay.
I'm just telling you that so you can think in terms of, that doesn't mean you're limited to 30
Yeah,
seconds, but
okay.
you know, that we're looking for concise answers
Okay,
as
okay.
opposed to, you know, sometimes you like that long kind of.
Yeah.
So that makes sense, right?
Okay.
And we're rolling? Well, the first thing we want to know, Richard, is about this new album, Lifetime Friend.
Lifetime Friend. It's really one of the greatest albums to me that I've ever done. Especially one of the singles in there called Somebody's Coming, that was produced by Lenny Waronker. I'm really fascinated because this is the first time I've ever done anything with Lenny. He is one of the greatest producers that I've seen in many, many years, even in my life, one of the greatest. He reminds me so much, he's a great producer like Quincy Jones. He's fantastic. And he made me sound so good on Somebody's Coming. And I'm so fascinated by it because it makes me sound today. I sound today, and that's what I want. He gave me a new Little Richard. And I wanted a new one. The old one is all right, but I wanted a new one too. And Lenny Waronker, I love you, Lenny. Thank you so much. Thank you too, Mo Austin.
Now, is this a gospel album? Is this a
No,
secular?
it's not. It's not a gospel. It's a secular. Yeah, it's really. I call it it's rock. You know, it's the message sound. That's a good name, the message sound. And that's, you know, that's what Bruce Springsteen is to me. He has a message sound. His songs have messages. My songs have messages. So I feel like I'm in the same bag that he's in today. I'm giving messages to people that are really in distress, depressed, and have less, but I'm gonna give them the best.
Are you still on the religious path? Are you still?
I cut you off, I'm sorry.
No, that's it.
I would say that I can't believe that.
Yeah, really.
I would say that I've never been off of the path, and I never would be. You know, I'm a firm believer in God. I always have been, and always will be. But that has nothing to do with my music, you know. I believe that young people need to have joy, and I want people to get up and move by my music. I want my music to make people want to move. I don't want my music is not dead, it's full of energy. Even if I sing a ballad, there's energy. And my music is full of the rock, I tell you.
And that could be either rock, right?
It's full of the rock.
Why did you decide to make a new album now?
I decided to make a new album at this time because I think that the people are ready for me. I think that with Michael Jackson, which is a part of Little Richard, Prince, which is a part of Little Richard, I'm the originator, so it's everything mostly is a part of me, and they don't want to admit it, but it's the truth. And I'm not saying it to be boasting or bragging, but I'm just being factual and real about the whole situation. I think that say that question again.
About why you decided now to make a new album.
Well, I figure that it's not a better time. You know, it's in the Christmas season, and it's around Thanksgiving coming in, and I think that it's time now to bring something, you know, like my new song, Somebody's Coming, saying the world we live in is going wrong, and the road we travel, it seems so long. People ask me, and all I can say is there is no answer, but there is a way. Somebody's coming someday soon. You know, that could be the person that is poor. It could be somebody coming with some food. The person that is lonely, don't have a boyfriend, it could be a man coming in her life. The man that don't have a girlfriend, it could be a woman coming in his life. The person that's been waiting on someone to show their tender love and care, he or her, she, somebody's coming, you know. It's a way out, and we need a way out in this world of chaos and confusion and commotion.
Could you also take that as a religious somebody's coming?
I think that any record you could take it either way that you wish. And I hope that they take it the best way, but I hope it make them get up and move.
How do you combine the two, music and religion, since you are a religious person and since you have been a preacher?
Well, I really have not combined the two. I have learned that you have to eat, and you have to sleep, and you have to pay your bills, and that it's a work, it's my job, and I love it, it's my craft, and I love it, it's an art, and I love it, and I get paid for doing something I care so much about, and I'm grateful that I'm one of those very chosen few that have that choice to do and to make, thank God.
What's the most important thing in your life today?
The most important thing in my life today is love. That's what I want so much to have. I don't have it exactly the way that I want to. I wished I was closer with my family. I'm not as close to my family as I would like to be. Before my mother passed 3 years ago, we was real close. But since my mother passed, we've fallen apart. I wish we would fall back together, because I found out that that's where everything is with the family. I'm a family-orientated person.
Does that mean you'd like a family of your own?
I wished I had kids a long time ago, but I don't even have a wife. I don't even have a cat, a puppy, a snake, a snail. But I wish that I did. I don't have nobody but me and the great God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob.
You became a movie star a year ago.
Yes.
In Down and Out in Beverly Hills. What was it like?
Well, it was, first of all, it was such a joy to meet Paul Mazursky and Bette Midler and Richard Dreyfuss and Nick, and Richard Dreyfuss and Paul Mazursky is such a good friend of mine. They gave me a great opportunity to be in this wonderful picture, which was a very big hit and a big moneymaker. And it brought me back. It made people recognize and realize that I'm still here. And I'm so grateful to you. Thank you so much, Paul, for giving me a chance. Thank you, Walt Disney, Touchstone Film. Thank you for giving me this great opportunity.
Would you like to do more acting?
Oh, I would love to jump all around the whole place.
You were in a terrible car accident 2 years ago.
Yeah, I'm not over it yet.
How did it change your life?
I realized for the first time that God is really on my side, because I'm supposed to be in the grave. I have so many pins in my right leg, and I'm not well. My lip was torn off. My tongue was cut. It was cut off. I was torn up. My bladder was punctured. But I'm still alive, so God has something for me to do. And there is a reason that I'm still around. And I believe that reason was to put out this album and to let people hear these beautiful songs that I have on my new album, Lifetime Friend on Warner Brothers, and my new single, Somebody's Coming.
Did you write everything on the album?
No, I wrote a song about Rock Hudson called Somebody Cares, and I wrote a song called The World Can't Do Me, and I wrote I was a co-writer on a song by I Found My Way, and a song called Destruction.
You had such a huge influence on the music of today.
Yes.
And, specific stars. Well, how do you think you influenced Kool and the Gang?
Well, the guy from my hometown named Dirty Red, he started Kool and the Gang, and he was from my home. Oh, they end up later getting rid of him, but he started them. I don't know why, so I shouldn't say that. I love you all, Kool. I'm not down on you. I really love you. And I love you, JT. You're great. JT is Kool in the Gang to me personally, the lead singer. But I believe that they was impressed by me. James Brown was. Jimi Hendrix was my guitarist. Billy Preston was my organist. Mick Jagger was the vocalist. The Beatles was my opening group. And I'm the only famous person they ever met. Who else is it? Otis Redding, Joe Tex. David Bowie was influenced from me. Oh my God. Elton John. It was so many people, you know. That's the reason I'm the originator, because when I came on the scene, I had never heard any music before. I've only heard Mahalia Jackson, the Clara Ward singers, Ruth Brown, Muddy Waters, Elmo James, because rock and roll is really rhythm and blues up-tempo. And the same G that you find in Bach is in rock.
What about Prince? How do you think you influenced Prince?
Oh my God, you can look at him and tell that, can't you? I'm just a little older, way older really. Just a little older, Prince, only a little. Well, Prince, you know, he has my hairstyle. What he's wearing today is what I was wearing. He dresses like I did years ago. He got a lot from me. His eyes and everything is, you know, he did all me, period. Michael Jackson, and you know, but I'm proud of them. To me, Prince is a genius. He's one of the greatest songwriters. He's one of the greatest musicians of all times. Michael is a genius, and I'm very proud of him. You know, he's fantastic. He's bigger than life. He and Prince.
How about Paul McCartney?
Oh, he's bigger than life. I love Paul. He's a great songwriter and a great musician and a great person. He's my friend. I really love him. He's fantastic. He's all right.
You taught him to
do the hollers, and I saw him the other week. He did the Prince Trust, and he sung Long Tall Sally. Yeah, Bruce Springsteen always did one of my tunes too. It's remarkable, and I'm glad to be alive at this time to witness these events.
Now, I don't know if you can answer this question, but I mentioned that we saw each other recently, or maybe a year ago, when you were picketing on Sunset. That's in litigation, and
yes, it's not over yet, and we would like to say that we're very grateful for being in show business. From RCA Victor, which is the first company we ever recorded for, we was with them before Elvis. It was called Camden if you was black, and if you was white, it was RCA Victor. And then we was with a black company called Peacock Records out of Houston, Texas, and then Specialty Records out of Hollywood. We're grateful to all three of those companies for giving us a start in the business and making me what I am today. You know, the originator, the creator, the innovator, the architect of rock and roll, and a legend.
Why did you tell all in your book? You really...
Well, I don't believe that you're supposed to keep anything. I think you're supposed to be for real about everything. And I'm for real. I'm not a phony, I'm not a fake. I know what it takes, and it takes whatever you have. And whatever you have, it takes. And so that's what I did. I told the truth as it really is, and it is what I said. I don't beat around the bush. I think there's too many stars that beats around the bush. I'm not that way, and that's not my personality. I don't mean to cut you all off, but I can only sit up under the light so long because my eyes have the burnt in them. That's when I have to wear those jet black shades.
Oh, okay.
And so could I end with you all?
Yeah, let's just ask you one quick to end the last question.
Okay.
We were going to talk about a little bit about this resurgence of, you know, tunes being done again.
Yes.
So if you were going to redo one of your songs, what would it be?
Oh my God. My favorite song that I've made, I could say what my favorite is. My favorite song of all of my songs that I made way back in the beginning, Lucille.
Would you redo it?
If I was redoing tunes, I would.
It's such a classic.
It is, and that's when I wouldn't want to mess it up. I feel the same way about black and white pictures being put with color today. I think they should stay where they are, black and white. It keeps the authenticness where it is and the history in place where it should be. I wouldn't want to touch anything that I've done in the past because it was so great. I'll be afraid to bother it.
Well, as we close, if you had to define Little Richard, the artist and the man, what would you say?
I would say he's hot.
Great. I want to thank you for being
with us.
Let me turn this on. What did you think of tonight?
Well, I think this is very, very exciting, and one of the reasons I'm here, Laura, is that I have followed Little Richard for 30 years. He and I grew up in the same hometown back in Macon, Georgia, and so we talked about home again, and I understand that he does not have a star on the bullet on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, so I think this is second best and almost as exciting.
What do you think his influence on rock and roll has been?
Very profound, Laura. This man is charismatic. He's a natural national resource, one of a kind.
Very unusual man.
Very, very unusual.
What do you think your life would be different if there hadn't been a Little Richard? Would it have been different, your own life?
Well, it would not have been. Let me see now. How can I answer that? You stumped me, Laura.
Okay. How do you think your life, if there had been no Little Richard, would you have been interested in rock and roll? Would you have wanted to be a DJ?
Well, Tutti Frutti definitely blew my mind at a very, very early age.
Which is a good time to have your mind blown.
Yes, yes. I started off early.
Who else do you think should be on this rock Walk of Fame?
Well, let's see. I think we could start with people like Roy Orbison. And I understand that they may do a thing for Elvis here.
I want to thank you for being with us.
Thank you, Laura.
Hank Ballard, who wrote The Twist. And tell me why you're here
I had
tonight.
the first record on The Twist in 1958. Chubby Checker recorded it in 1960.
And aren't you glad he did?
Beg pardon?
Are you glad he did? Are you glad that he did?
Oh, sure. If it hadn't been for Chubby Checker and Dick Clark, it wouldn't have been a Twist because King Records didn't like it. They made it a B-side.
Were you fighting with them and insisting that it be an A-side?
Beg pardon?
Were you insisting that it be an A-side?
Yeah, from the beginning, I kept telling them I had a gut feeling it was going to be the biggest dance record of all time.
Thank you. Tell me why you're here tonight.
Well, I'm here tonight to see Little Richard, one of my best friends from 25 years ago.
What do you think Richard's contribution was to rock and roll?
All of it. All of it.
You think he's the real originator, the pioneer who started everything?
I think so.
How about you?
I know so.
Tell me what your contribution to rock and roll is. Your
My-
contribution.
Well, I gave the world the greatest dance craze, The Twist. Matter of fact, we're going to London December 11th. We'll do in London, England, because they're having the 25th anniversary of The Twist.
What are you going to do there?
Beg pardon?
What's going to
We're going to
happen?
perform there.
And-
They're having a big Twist party.
Tell
December
me-
11th.
Tell me about Finger Poppin' Time, which was another big hit for you.
Well, Finger Poppin' Time is in a new movie called Peggy Sue Got Married. It's in that movie.
How did you write that one?
Well, I was in a bar in New York City on Broadway one day. A young lady walked into the bar. She asked this man that was sitting next to me, so say, "Mister, what time is it, please?" He said, "Oh, baby, it's Finger Poppin' Time." Right away, I knew that was the title. So I went right to the hotel and wrote it in about 15 minutes.
Do you wish you would have had the hit on The Twist and not Chubby Checker?
Sure. I wish I had a hit on it. Sure.
Did
But
you-
It didn't bother me. One of the best things happened to me was Chubby Checker did the record, because I knew it was going to be a big record.
Did you like his version?
I thought it was me when I first heard it on the radio. I said, "Wow, I'm getting pop play now." Gonna find out it was Chubby Checker. But he's a good friend of mine.
What do you think the future's going to be for rock and roll?
Going back to the roots of rock and roll. They're going to disband all the drum machines and all the electronics. They're going back to the basics. I hope so.
Thank you for being with us.
Thank you, Doc. Oh, wait a minute. I'm doing a duet with Tim Hauser, the Manhattan Transfer. Yeah, we just finished it last week. It'll be coming out on Atlantic Records. A tune entitled Two Bad Boys Just Out Making Noise.
How'd that come about?
Well, Tim told me to write a song called Two Bad Boys. He said, "I can't write lyrics, but I can produce." He said, "Write the lyrics, and we'll do a duet on it." Tim Hauser with Hank Ballard and the Midnighters.
Should be great.
Atlantic thinks so. They went nuts over the song.
Thank you again.
Thank you, doll. Thank you.
Tonight.
Just come out to see a friend of mine, Little Richard, to have a little fun with him. Been knowing him for a long time. Him and Angel and all the rest of our friends are here, so having a good time here.
What do you think Richard's influence on rock and roll has been?
He started it. He started rock and roll. Without little Richard, it wouldn't be no rock and roll.
Would you have been in rock and roll if it hadn't been for Richard?
Pardon?
Would you have gone into music if it hadn't been for Richard? Did he inspire you?
A lot. I even used to wear my hair like him.
Tell me what the Coasters are doing.
Well, we're getting ready to go on a cruise. I think from December the 19th till January the 9th. And that's about all I can tell you about the cruise, because Billy got it together. Billy Guy got it together.
There's so many different Coasters groups. And how do you feel about that? It's like one original member in sort of each one.
Well, the group I'm in is two members. The Righteous Charlie Brown, Dub Jones. The Righteous Charlie Brown, and Billy Guy, the ones he sung Searching and Poison Ivy. Billy was on every tune the Coasters ever recorded. The guys running around here, they're no Coasters. They're no more Coasters than I was 15 years ago. They just some guys that Billy and them was back east, and they just put up a group started calling themselves the Coasters, because they recorded one tune.
Did you know Bobby Nunn?
Yes.
Was he in the group that you're in now, or that was?
No. Bobby had his own group out here. He was one of the guys that started a coaster group out here. Him and a cat called Leon quit the Coasters, and that's when they had Carl had Cornell and Dub Jones, and all the hit records like Charlie Brown and Yakety Yak. That's Dub Jones' voice on the records.
So of course, I mean, you do know that Bobby Nunn passed away a couple of weeks ago, yeah.